Yesterday, many people celebrated Valentine's Day with gifts of love to one another and wonderful words of love and cards. And yesterday's reading from the book of Genesis was about the creation of woman for man. This one at last is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. Then today, from the book of Genesis, is the story of Adam and Eve's disobedience in the Garden of Eden, doing the one thing God commanded them not to do. Last night on the local evening news, the lead story was about 3 people being shot in East Bakersfield, one of whom died. So on the day of love, we kill and maim our brothers and sisters. Now, I'm sure the perpetrators of this violence were not into this whole love thing, but maybe if they had been, the shootings would not have happened. There's a song that echoed in my mind, seemingly haunting me with words that go, "Can't we try a little bit harder? Can't we give a little bit more? Can't we try to understand that it's love we're fighting for?" Too often we go from words of undying love to words of anger in the blink of an eye. We forget, or maybe don't want to acknowledge, that we are tied together, one to another, as God's children. Adam and Eve let temptation of something better get in the way of their experience of a most loving God. Then when their eyes were opened to what they had done, in their shame, they covered themselves up and hid. Before their act of disobedience, there was no need for all of that. Theirs was an idyllic life, but they wanted more, having been convinced that there was more. And that is the pattern of our lives even today. We want more and more and more, never satisfied with what we have. And we are willing to lie and cheat and steal and even kill to get what we think will give us that more. Can't we understand that it's love we're fighting for? God is love, and we have been created in the image and likeness of God. It's love we're searching for, even after all these years since the Garden of Eden. But we go about it in unloving ways, tempted still by the wiles of the enemy, the serpent, the devil. We hear about shootings in other places and we shake our heads and try to distance ourselves from those tragedies. But those shootings are our sins also. They start in our hearts and in our homes with each unloving act. And the spirit of evil that comes out of us gathers with the spirits of evil of others and becomes darkness in our world. Jesus came to show us how to live in love, how to give from within us to our brothers and sisters the light rather than the darkness, how to overcome evil with good, how to overcome anger and hatred with forgiveness. And we listen to his words, but we don't truly hear them. If we did, what would come out of our mouths would be his truth, and the light would grow and dispel the darkness. Jesus wants to heal us from our deafness and our inability to speak words of love like he did for the man in today's gospel. Can we hear him? Will we speak his truth? Inside of us is light and darkness. Which will we spread today with our words, with our actions? It's love.